boyfriends. I'm going to be talking about something called the 3-year rule in just a bit, but let me start off. When I used to be a trainee, there was absolutely no boyfriends allowed. If you want a boyfriend, you better keep that on the down low, like DL. Otherwise, whew, the punishments might be very severe. This really goes for more like girls rather than boys. I feel like boys, you know, people are more lenient and it's okay to have a boyfriend. They actually encourage some of the boys to go out and date and have experiences. But when it comes to girls, they really want you to stay pure, innocent, and not cause any drama. It is possible that, you know, girls could get pregnant. You might be too in love that you just want to throw away your dreams and just get married. I don't know. You could just think of anything crazy, and that has happened a lot in the past. That's why usually managements want to keep girls having no boyfriends and things like that. So there was one time I remember when I had this like boyfriend, I guess, and I would purposely not date in Seoul. Like we would never, or at least most of the time, we would just go out of Seoul, literally travel like 2 hours just to like have a date. Like people in other company might know you because, you know, obviously everyone knows everyone in this industry. You never want to get any rumors that this person was seen with a boyfriend, kissing, doing whatever. Whenever I would be with like a boy guy, I would always be so careful, like looking around. Oh my god, is there like a manager? Oh my god, he looks like my manager. Stay out of like the popular areas, especially like around Gangnam, Shinsa, anywhere around your company. Like it's very dangerous. So consequences of having a boyfriend. Now this didn't apply to me because I was never really caught with a boyfriend, but I remember my friends who have debuted, and from their trainee stories, one of my friends was actually fired for dating someone in her own company, which is crazy because one of my friends, she after debuted, she was caught with a boyfriend. She was actually dating another boy group member in her company. She had the biggest punishment that I've ever heard of, which was they took away her parts. She would, let's say, like have like 3 or 4 parts in the songs. They gave her like maybe like less than a 10-second part in the song. She literally, and I was like, girl. Now this leads to the second rule, which is no talking to the opposite sex in your company. This again differs in the company. Some companies are actually strict, where I heard a friend where she never got to see any of the opposite sex in her company. But especially in the companies that I was in, we were allowed to say hi, and it is very respectful, and you do have to like bow and like say hi to each other. Whenever we were caught like lounging around and talking to the opposite sex, like trainees and idols, we would always be separated. And we always had different schedules on purpose, so we would never like run into each other or have any time to talk to each other. But of course, us being, you know, human beings, like we would always meet the opposite sex trainees and, you know, like the idol groups, and we would just, you know, sometimes meet for drinks. That's the only thing you could do at night because we would always train from morning to night. This also leads to strict rule number 3, which is cell phone checks. Oh my god, I remember this was like one of the most hot sweating moments that you will ever go through. Managements could always check your phone at any time that they want. All the trainees, when we go inside the company, we would always like delete messages from any guys. It could be you literally delete every message that I would talk with like other boys, any boyfriends, any other. I remember one night after dinner, the manager called us and said, hey, every one of the girls, bring your phones out. We were like, oh shit. They give you literally no time to bring your phones out, and they would literally check you bringing your phone out. They would give you like 10 seconds, so you have no time to delete things. And I was like never caught, but I remember other girls getting caught talking to other trainees, the other boy idols. Sometimes they were caught like literally talking negative about ours. Would literally read through your conversation, which is so embarrassing. It doesn't matter if one girls were caught or we were all caught, we were all punished. One of the punishments were we had to come practice on Sundays. Now we usually have practice Monday through Saturday from like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. The only day we had to do anything was on Sunday, and they made us come practice 7 days a week. They did that. I know a lot of my friends, if they were caught with boyfriends, they would take the cell phone away for, it could be months, it could be up to like a year, where they take your cell phone away. You have no way of communicating. If you do want to communicate with your family, they have to call the manager. Also, I know some of my idol friends who have a CCTV in front of their dorm, so they would literally have to sneak out through the window. And 4 is no junk food. Now, I remember when I was a trainee, most of the time we would have weight check-ins. Now, weight check-ins are basically when you go inside the company, 10 a.m. in the morning, the manager calls you down, they basically make you weigh. Now, I personally did not have like weight problems at all, so they didn't really put any like harsh restrictions on me. Because I know a lot of girls were so stressed about it. So we had like different vocal rooms, we would sneak junk food and literally like eat it under the desk. Like we looked so poor, or like one of the girls would go inside my vocal room and say, oh my god, Onni, do you have any food? I'm so hungry. I was like eating chips or something, like we would all share because we were all hungry. Hello. Whenever. Number 5 is always have to answer and be in contact with your manager. And the only time that was stressful was after we were done with practicing and we went home. The manager would call us, like it could be like random times, like 11 p.m, 12 p.m, 1 a.m, 2 a.m. They would call us and they would like check up on us, and if we don't pick up, they would give you a hard time about why you don't pick up. You know, were you drinking? Were you outside? Were you doing anything that you weren't supposed to? I'm gonna go check up on you. I remember when you're outside, a manager would call you. You have to find a quiet place. Go to the bathroom. Go outside, somewhere quiet. Pick up the phone and say, hi. Oh yeah, we're like about to sleep. I'm about to sleep. What's up? And sometimes they would literally make you FaceTime if they didn't believe in you. So we would FaceTime and they would like make us like shoot the whole dorm room just to see if we were really in the dorm room or if we were really. Now this story leads to number 6 is no going out. We were not supposed to drink. We were not supposed to like go out and meet our boyfriends. We weren't supposed to do anything but go home and sleep. You have to be really careful because usually managers and people in this industry work till very late. So if they were driving and they saw you doing something. Number 7 is we were not allowed to have social media. We were not allowed to have social media at all. So we would always have like these private accounts where we would just talk to our friends, or if you wanted to DM any cute boys. Maybe I was not popular and we never really got DMs. After a while, they allowed us to have social media accounts. If we wanted to upload any photos, any captions, we must get an approval from our managers. So 8 is no touching your hairstyle. Now this applies to pretty much any time in your career, whether you're training or not. I remember I was not allowed to cut my hair, dye my hair, or do anything to my hair without. 9 is no part-time job. Now this depends again in your situation and your company, but I feel like in any company I was in, whenever anyone brought up the subject of having a part-time job, they really were negative, like meaning they didn't want you to have a part-time job. Number 10 and the last but not least rule is you must bow and respect your elders. Now this is not a bad rule at all. This is just like the Asian culture in general, especially in the entertainment industry. They're so strict about bowing. You have to bow 90 degrees and you have to say 안녕하십니까 or 안녕하세요 or